back out in the garage, and we need to get this door torn down so we can get this door off the truck, because the door harness that goes for the door locks and speaker and power window is actually part of the body harness, so we'll get the door panel pulled off. Before I do that, I do have a little bit of housekeeping I need to do. I need to fold up the flag that I had yesterday. So just so everyone knows, this was already a flag that was getting ready to be retired anyways, so we'll get it folded back up, put back in storage, and then and you can see it's pretty faded too, but we'll get it taken care of and put back away. Not perfect, but that'll work. So, we'll get the back to the truck. We'll get the door panel pulled down real quick and start pulling the harnesses. Okay, so we've got the door off the truck, so that's good. I need to get the new door out of the bed of my daily driver, which also means that I need to get the bumper and the grill out. So we may have to do a little bit of rearranging here. But should be no big deal. Oh. Oh, there's the bumper. Beautiful. It's kind of a handful loading these, but probably not very fun unloading it by myself either, but there's the pretty grill. So I need to decide what insert I'm going to put in this one. I have my lightning grill that was most recently on the truck. You can put that one in the truck, in the grill, or I can go up in the attic and dig out my original Patman grill. The lightning grill I think is going to look better with the Harley Valence because it's got the same similar bar style grill. So that's the two grills there together. Obviously not an exact match, but I think that will match. The Harley Valence will match better than the honeycomb grill will. What do you guys think? Do you have a preference? Which one do you think should go in the truck? Leave me a comment. We'll make a decision together. There's the door. Repaint it again, because there's apparently two different paint colors of silver. Alright, so the fun part now, I'm getting this door, setting on a 4-jack, bolting it on the body of the truck, and then start fighting alignment issues all by myself. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put the check strap in on the other side Now these don't have any sort of alignment issues. They're just threaded holes and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and snug these guys down. Okay. It is so humid, it's actually raining outside now. Lovely. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull my door harness through. I don't need to actually completely route it, but I don't want to get it pinched in place whenever I'm actually fitting the door. If you look at these bolts down here, you can see what's called a witness mark. So there's kind of that shadowy look over here outside. So that's showing you where the bolt is supposed to be sitting. So the hinge needs to go this way, which will happen as I rotate the door up. So we're looking for these to line up, but we're going to actually be more concerned with what it looks like up here. But just so you know what we're after. So I'm going to take my impact, I'm going to hold that, and then we're going to lift on the door. About like that. For a rough first fitment, ooh, shifted a little bit. For our first fitment, we're still a little tight up top up here, but we got it at least close. So what we can do next is put our latch back in the door, and that'll give us another point to actually center down on. More comments? Appreciate the comments. I'll have to check those out. I'll have to check out the comments in a minute, but getting emails for more comments, that's good. All right, we're gonna pop the paint off the door handle. So door latches as a preliminary. I'm looking at gaps all the way up and down. Still a little bit tight here. Now these aren't my original door hinges, and it's not my original door. So our witness marks may be slightly different because we don't have actual witness marks for when this truck had this door, because we're doing that right now. Still a tiny bit low, since I can't really get enough pull out of it. We'll go back on the floor jack. Have a little bit of shifting there. If I loosen those up. Man, we're fitting good now. All Alright, so I have my handle released right now. I have it open. So my latch is not going to latch, but I can just see fitment of how it's closing, make sure we're not like... So if we have the striker here and our door latch is bouncing on the way in, the latch itself will actually lift the door up as that fitment comes into play. But if you have the door handle open, whenever you slide your latch in, there's not that extra locking paw isn't doing anything. So I think we're in good shape now. It's fitting and looking pretty darn good. A little bit of tweaking we can do, get this down here fitting a little tighter, but overall pretty happy with it. So we can go ahead and snug up the other two bolts. That may change our fitment ever so slightly, so we're going to do one more dry run before we completely build the door back out. Yeah, this is a good example of why you always want to put a hand ratchet or torque wrench on something. My electric impact is pretty well, I didn't like full bore it, but it was pretty well maxed out, and I'm still getting another half a turn on these guys. Alright, so all said and done, let's see where we're at with our witness marks here. Pretty darn close on these, and I can't even, well, that one's a little bit, but that may have been a fitment of the body. But man, we're really close to the original locations, so that's pretty cool. But that's how modular vehicles work. They design them within a preset amount of tolerances, and yeah, I'm happy with that. It's maybe a tiny bit tight down there, but as long as we're not rubbing, I can deal with it being a little tight. All right, so I'm gonna kill the camera and we'll start building the door back together. Well, it's summertime in Texas, and that means it's gonna rain. So I got my grill put on this morning. I got my fender put on this morning, and that made me so happy. Factory OEM fender, factory OEM grill shell, and this fitment right here is just money. Golly, you just don't get that with aftermarket parts. I'll show you, I'll stick a picture up and I'll show you what that looks like with aftermarket parts, what I had. But so that's looking great. My gaps here look pretty good. My gaps here still look good. I finished building out my door and then put my wiper cowl on, my headlights on, and should be ready to run the streets again. And I also need to go over and do an alignment tomorrow, so I'll probably have a little bit of video footage from that as well. So here you go. And real quick, I've got some new 194 LED bulbs for the license plates, and I've got some LED turn signal bulbs, so I'm going to get those popped in while I've got the corners out of the front. I'll do that real quick. we'll see how those look in pictures. Kind of stand out a little bit, but if I don't like the way they look, we'll just go back to the clear ones. Looking sharp. All right, so I still got a fender liner I got to put in. Still got wiper cowl I got to put in it, but we're good enough for now. Good enough for today.